So moving on to the Acolyte, Disney, being Disney, is just crapping on the fans, which. Not, which I mean, fair enough because the fans will just crap on one another anyway. So I
Not
guess
surprisingly.
it works out anyway on both sides. So yeah, let's talk about the Acolyte. Think of this as a mid-season review, I guess, because we're halfway through the season. How are you pretty updated on the Acolyte? Have you been watching it episode to episode?
I I am up to date on all the episodes, and
Okay.
if we talk about episode 5, we can. I think we just need to do a spoiler
We
alert prior to saying anything.
we'll talk about like the fan issue, and next we'll say like, hey, okay, we're gonna get into spoilers. You can skip to this certain point and next, or just skip to the next topic. Up to you, but just you don't even need to watch the show. So just listen to us spoil it if you, anyways. But I don't get the whole the whole media and Disney being like, oh, well, they're review bombing because they're sexist. I don't get this whole entire. It's because it's a. I'm gonna make this fuck. I'm gonna make this clear, Disney. Um, that is every
Oh no,
freaking.
not Disney.
This is every freaking fan base. Every freaking fan base has someone that is sexist, that has someone that is transphobic, has someone that is homophobic. That is an every fan base thing. But it's such a small minority of that fan base, and you saying that as like as the whole fan base really pisses me off because that is such a fucking lie. It's not true, and you need to learn how to take criticism.
I
Uh,
just don't understand the I don't understand the idea
well,
of that,
well, even
honestly. So
even fans go back and say it. Like it makes no sense. Like even fans repeat what Disney says, and it's like how. What about me saying that this character is being stupid has to do with anything about being transphobic? Has to do anything about being sexist? Like what does that doesn't make any sense? You know, and this is a great counter argument to whenever someone says that is that two of the best episodes of Book of Boba Fett, which weren't had didn't have anything to do with Boba Fett, the two best episodes were directed by Bryce Dallas Howard. Who guess
which is
what?
weird.
Who is a female, and no one complains about that because it doesn't work to their argument agenda.
I thought she did a good job actually,
Yeah,
shockingly. So
yeah.
I thought it was
I
good.
think her first directing debut was the Mandalorian stuff. So I don't know much about her directing career, but she did a fantastic job. But no one mentions that because it doesn't work against their arguments. It's the same thing when it comes to anything when you point out the acolyte. Like, oh, how is this character around in this time? Like you point out, like, oh, well, this character isn't supposed to be born yet. Well, it was never said in the movie, so it's like, so it's not canon. Okay, well, does it? It's not going to make any sense though. Who cares if it was can? Okay, forget about the age thing. You're telling me a character that was in the prequels that says this certain thing and shows up here and somehow forgets about it 80 years later. It makes no sense. It's just terrible writing.
Kind of. Well, I mean, they're not known for their writing, unfortunately, and I think the problem that I have is review bombers are really annoying,
Well, yeah, no,
but
review bombers are like
the worst.
that's even if even if something is getting getting a lot of backlash, there's even probably people still review bombing things. But even so, there's probably still people giving it positive, trying to give a bunch of positive reviews, trying to balance out the numbers. They're probably doing that, but they're not going to go mention that either. So it's like, well,
Yeah.
because it doesn't again, it doesn't work their narrative. So it's just stupid and people it's just funny like they want us to respect their opinion but they don't respect our opinion. It's like it's a two-way street. It's like you want me to respect you but you don't respect me. Like what? It's dumb. I hate it, and people just need to
Yeah.
learn how to like I don't have a problem with someone liking the Acolyte. If you like the Acolyte, good job. I'm glad you are. But I if you cannot explain to me why you like something, that tells me that you're just pulling stuff out of your ass. That's how I see it. That's
Yeah.
personally how I see it. And I actually sent, I'm curious, did you watch those two videos I sent you earlier today?
Yes, I watched the first one. I did watch the second one,
Okay.
but
Well, well,
trying to. Oh,
well,
go ahead. Go ahead.
well, in the first one, he talks about how like this certain thing happens, I'm gonna be really mad, and that certain thing happens, and he's like, "Ah, it's all forgiven," because the fight scenes were cool. It's like, wait, so cool fights forgives terrible writing? Okay, that, I mean, sure, why not? That's like saying like the best part of Jurassic World is Dominion is the CGI, so that forgives all the terrible
I
logic in
mean, but
that
you are
film.
right. The
Yeah.
CGI is the best.
Yeah. And in the second video, he's talking about how for the new Disney Star Wars movie, the Rey movie, is starting to auditions or whatever. And it's like, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to be in the next Star Wars movie." And it's like, "Oh, I see. So you're kissing ass. Got it. Makes sense." And so,
I mean, that's kind of how people are, though. Unfortunately, it's whatever works
yeah.
best for them to get what they want.
Well,
So,
and it's like, and there's this saying like, "Oh, hating pays." It's like, actually, no, being more positive and kissing ass pays. And people, and you're upset that I'm not kissing your ass. And like, and I get comments like that. It's like, on the Jay and Silent Bob commentary, I got a lot of backlash because I didn't like the movie. And there was a comment saying like, "Oh, 680 subscribers makes sense." I'm like, what makes sense? I mean, yeah, I'm a smaller channel. So are you saying that
but everybody,
if I
I've
like
heard
something, I would have more subscribers? So me just being myself, telling how I actually feel is just not the way of
there's a
doing things.
there's a good excuse me, sorry. There's a good mix of both of them from a perspective of like of it's better than review bombing and it's better than just saying everything's good. There's a good there's some been there's been some great movies. There's been some
Yes.
bad movies.
Yes.
So, and that's just how it is sometimes.
Well, yeah. And but people's like say like, "Oh, criticism is just you hating and that's not cool." It's like, because I'm saying that I'm not liking something, because I say something bad doesn't mean that it's not good. Me telling a person that wrote something or directed something sucks is good in their benefits, because then they can take that criticism if they feel like and make something better out of it. If you tell them like everything that they're making is good, then nothing's going to change. We're going to keep getting the same garbage. So, or not, well, I guess not really garbage, but like the same type of quality, and that's what we're seeing. And if anything, the fan base is coming even more closer because of the Acolyte, because people, it doesn't matter if you're trans or whatever pronouns, even those people are are getting sick and tired of Disney's quality of what they're putting out with Star Wars, and and everyone's finally coming together. Besides some majority saying like, "Hey, it's time to actually change how you're doing things." So get rid of Kathleen Kennedy for one. Get rid of her. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, like she might have been a great producer or anything, but she does not know how to run a studio. Get rid of is it Lindsay Lohan, the showrunner
Oh,
of the
Lindsay
Acolyte?
Lohan?
Yeah, get
Lindsay.
the showrunner of the Acolyte. Don't let her touch anything else, because especially the stuff that she says is like, "Oh, Star Wars was always gay. Nerds are gay." It's like, what? Oh,
I mean,
okay. I mean, if you want to look at it that way, are you sure you're not trying to piss? Like, even the actor, the main lead in the Acolyte, she says like our main goal was to piss off white men. I'm like, why is that your goal
that
in
is,
general?
yeah,
Why
that
is
is kind of weird.
so um do you
I think
want
that's strange. I think it's so weird too because I don't think she's bad.
no,
I just think her
I
character
think
was
she's a
terribly
good
written.
actor, but her character is awful. We're gonna into slightly spoilers of episode 5, or just in the show in general. So skip to the next topic if you guys don't want to hear any spoilers. In episode 4, well, actually, let's go back to episode 3. So in episode 3, we get a flashback to of this whole entire situation about how the sisters basically get separated or whatever. Well, the reason why they were
Yeah,
never together for years. May's character in this episode makes no sense. One second she wants to love her sister, but then literally the next scene she's like, "I'm gonna kill you if you go with a Jedi." I'm like,
that
what
was
are you?
weird.
And actually goes to burn down her whole entire home. NX kills everyone, which I guarantee what's going to happen is they're going to tell in an episode later they're probably going to tell it from her perspective, and it's like, oh, it's not, that's not how it happened at all. So this show's all about perspective. So in her eyes the Jedis are evil, but in Osha's eyes the Sith are evil. It's I'm thinking of that scene from Revenge of the Sith. From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. It's I hate this. I hate that story plot line. It's like, oh well, from
I
my
don't
point of
know.
view.
Well, I think I was more disappointed in the fact that they killed off so many characters. Who's going to be the characters in the next? There's 3
Well,
episodes, right? Left.
everyone has to die in the show to make things make sense. That's the thing. Everyone has to die. Even the Sith has to die. Which, by the way, he calls himself a Sith in episode 5. So what do you guys have to say to that? Oh, he didn't mean it. Oh, okay. Got it. Understand.
He is a fake Sith.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's a
he is
splinter
the
that they made up.
antithesis.
He's a splinter that, as they mentioned. Um, and next we move on to episode 4. And in episode 4, May for some reason has this turnaround of like, oh, I don't need to listen to my master. My loyalty is to my sister. Even the guy that she hung upside down, he goes like, "Wait, what?" Like in his voice,
Yeah,
he's like, "What?" And it's like I actually laughed because I was like, kind of funny, like because if I was him, I'd be like, it was just out of nowhere, and I don't think the actor couldn't hold it in. So that was kind of like his reaction to it because he's like reading the script, like this doesn't make any sense, and so she wants to
they
go
also
turn
killed
us,
off the best character by far too, which was annoying.
which was the
Jackie,
Wookiee. Oh well,
no Jackie.
that's episode 5. We'll get to that. But yeah, so she's gonna go turn herself into the Jedi, and at the end of the episode 4, she that everyone realizes that this dark user shows up, and so and it ends on a cliffhanger with everyone getting blown back with the Force. And next in episode 5, the easily the best episode. Again, not saying much, the fight scenes in this episode I enjoyed. Now there's a couple of times where you couldn't really see anything, so that kind of like ruins the whole uh fight choreography. But overall, I think this episode was cool because I didn't think that they would have the balls to kill off so many Jedi's, especially Jackie. I did not think that they would kill that. It's just the I'm like, whoa. So lightsabers are deadly again. Cool, but I don't
Yeah,
understand.
if it was Riva, she would have walked away.
Yeah, but I like that Yoder guy's neck snap because I hated his character anyways. Like, good. Now he can't
I
now
was
he
like,
can't
eh.
use his brain even more because he doesn't. It's like actually no, it's good because he doesn't use his brain at all anyways. So he doesn't need that. So
Yeah, he
and
did. He
and
died fast.
the reveal of who the Sith is like not really a shocker at all. It's like you knew who it was. Like, oh, the only other guy in the show. Wow, shocker. That was
It was
such a
not surprising. I don't think it was that
like
surprising,
but
TBH.
I think the writers think that though. I think the writers like, oh, this is gonna be brilliant. It's like, oh, this review is gonna knock people's socks off. It's
They
like,
did not. They did not consult the right people. That's for
no,
sure.
no, they got Morbius writers, that's for sure.
Oh, not. It, it's Morbin time. No, I'm
It's
just kidding.
it's May time. The what's the witch's chant? The power of one,
Oh,
the power of
the
two,
power of
the
two.
power of many. Oh, frick. Uh,
Many. That's
many.
how they did it. Yeah.
But but even more problems with May's character is that at the end of the last episode, she talks about how she wanted to turn herself in, right? But then at the beginning of this episode, she fights the Jedi. It's like, what? I thought you wanted to turn yourself in. And she
Those were
tries.
good. That was
Oh,
good.
oh,
I'm just
okay.
kidding.
It's like you had one 180 turn and now you're back on the bad side again. Like where was like where like who is reading this goes like yes, approve. Dave Filoni's like looking at this. Can I have a say on this? No, that's approved. Oh, okay. It's like I don't get this writing at all. Like May's jumping all back and forth. She wants to turn herself in, but then wants to kill the Jedi. And so I'm thinking like, okay, maybe she just has when she says she has a loyalty to her sister, she means like literally to her sister. So she will have her sister turn herself in. I have no idea. And at the end of the episode, she tries to fight her sister, knocks her out, and steals her
Yeah,
identity. And it makes no freaking sense. And it's like, and the reason why that she did do that is because she was going to turn May in. It's like, well, I'm not going to
correct.
let you turn me in. It's like, but you just said that you wanted to be turned in to explain yourself.
Sometimes it depends on the day.
Oh,
She
okay.
just that's what's
She wanted
confusing.
to she wanted to do it herself. That's the thing. It's like no one else.
Correct.
Ah, got it. And another thing with this whole entire Friday situation, Freaky Friday situation, you t the whole whip saber haircut, which she did phenomenal. Perfect barber. She should, why is she going around killing Jedi? She should open a barber shop and be like, her selling points like, I use lightsabers to cut hair. Um, so she cuts her hair, but you're telling me that Soul doesn't notice her big ass tattoo on her forehead? You don't tell
I would
me
have noticed.
like
Sometimes
you're telling me that Soul cannot sense something, can't use the force or anything. Like this I like how can anyone defend something like this? Because it's just
they can't.
it doesn't make any sense. You have to be lying through your teeth to be like this is top tier. This is being like a top tier show because
That's because it wasn't top tier.
just nothing makes any sense. Nothing makes any sense. Uh again, the best thing was the fight scenes. I do like that I forget the name of the material, um, but I did like the guy's
Oh,
helmet.
cortosis.
Katosis, that's what it
I
was.
I
Yes.
think is what it's called. Yeah, I mean that's from like Legends and all
Yeah.
of the different things. So that was actually
See,
well done.
Disney will accept
It made sense.
legends, but unless they want to bring it in, unless it's like, see, this is new, right? But
Correct.
you didn't create that. Yes, we did. Shut up. Don't
They
don't go
did
don't
though.
go look into
You
it.
just have to you just have to forget all the other stuff that
Okay.
made the same sense. I'm just kidding.
Um, but
So,
I don't get it. What and the way I just don't know how
it was
they're
so good. Don't think about it, and it was good.
well, see, the problem I have with it is that people say like, "Oh, well, you're just gonna have to you stop complaining. Wait until you watch the full season." It's like, okay, if that's the case, why they drop in episode by episode? The problem with these episodes is that it feels like they took like a I don't know 4.5 hour movie, randomly cut it up into pieces, and be like, all right, and like it made it into 8 episodes and it's like it feels weird. It feels messy. It just feels like someone it's like that I'm like watching a movie with keep touching the damn remote and pausing it over and over, and it's like stop touching it, let it finish. And so
That's the best part. Let people do that.
oh, okay, got it.
Let them touch the remote and then choose something that doesn't make any sense. And then when it's not good and people are like, I don't understand, you can be like, well, you should have understood it from the first play. No, I'm
Mm.
just kidding. That's
Well,
how I feel like sometimes when people create things.
mm. Well, like, how do you think that they can resolve this? Like, the only way that literally everyone has to die, and even including
Sure.
including the Sith, and maybe like they'll use it and connect to Plagueis. Like this guy was like like a Padawan to Plagueis or something. Next, he wanted to go on and do his own thing, and Plagueis did not appreciate that. And so when he comes back, Plagueis kills him or something. I don't know.
No,
Um,
that would be the worst thing
no,
ever,
I think that would
honestly.
be the bet, like the only actual option because the Sith has to die, and all the and even Sol,
Well,
May, and Osha have to die. And but the thing is, this is how they're gonna cover up the Sith problem. This is how they're gonna do it. I guarantee it. I will bet $5 on it. Um,
I,
they're gonna use
and
May will be the one be blamed for the Jedi's death. They will May will take the blame, and then because then they won't consider her as a Sith. So then it's like, oh well, see, we haven't seen a Sith in a millennium because of. But wait, what about that one incident? Oh well, she wasn't really a Sith. She was just this um
disgruntled ex
this
Jedi.
like yeah,
Just kidding.
but she
No, I'm
used the
just
Force
kidding.
for
They'd make something up.
dark intentions. That doesn't make a Sith. Are you sure? No, no, it does not. Whatever, fine. If that's how they're gonna do it, whatever. But this is the biggest problem. You remember how the two sisters were created from the freaking Force? So you're telling me
Yes.
they forget all about that in 80 years. The one thing that made Anakin Skywalker only intriguing to them is because he was born without a father. That's the only reason why the Jedi Council took him in because of that. They did not want him because he was old, but then they will take these two kids when they're practically the
Of
same
course they
age.
would take them.
Um, like it doesn't make any sense, but they're gonna forget all about that. And especially when they trained one of them. I you cannot make this up. You just can't. And
Yes.
somehow people will try to find a way to defend it. And it makes no sense. So,
It made sense in
oh, okay.
nobody's brain. In some brain.
Mm,
Somewhere. They'll retcon something else and ruin it to have it fit the narrative of what they want.
yeah.
So
Well, that's what Disney is. It's like Disney trying to fix their own mistakes. And I think that they're like people are saying that they're slightly hinting at this guy to be like a the starter of the like the
oh
Rens.
please. Oh gosh, I
And like
hope
people are
not.
saying like you can somewhat hear Kylo Ren's theme. And I'm like, why would the Rens be this old? And why would they
Well,
be I don't know.
it may be who he takes after, but that's still too much.
We should just forget about the sequels, just in general. Just don't even bother.
That's that's fine.
Um,
I'm down with that. I think a lot of other people would be too.
so yeah. Anyway, guys, let us know your thoughts on the Acolyte if you like it or not. I don't care if you like it, but give me a good reason why. If you like something, you should be able to tell somebody why you like it. But if you get mad at someone asking you that question, that just gives them the answer that you actually don't have any actual reason why you like something, and that's just a given thing. Um, but yeah, and it should be the same way from the opposite side. If you don't like something, give it the reason why. Don't have it be these tedious
I
little
agree.
things. Actually give a reason. But the problem is whenever someone does give their reasons, it's like, wow, well, you got to let it finish the show first. It will be explained because it's
I think it's
explained
okay.
doesn't mean it makes sense.
I mean, I feel like you should let people finish the show at least, because then instead
I,
of being a four, it could still be a five.
Well, yes, your opinions can change throughout the show while it goes on, but it doesn't mean, but an episode should hold on its own. And none of these episodes do. Not a single one, because none of them has a set. You know how The Last of Us has its own story plot lines in each episode? Like, in the first episode is about the outbreak and actually see what our characters go through in that moment and how that changes them. Episode two, you see how they evolve and now they have to deal with this girl who has some importance to her. And next episode three kind of breaks somewhat the show up, but it's about how you can still find love in the zombie apocalypse. Each episode should be able to have its own story, its own plot line, and hold on its own. None of these do. And that's why the saying of, well, this just feels like someone took a movie and cut it up into pieces. And
Well,
so
that's basically what TV shows are if they're not done well. So
So again, let us know why. Let us know what your thoughts on the Acolyte or the fans,
Please.
or the like, Disney's like response to the fans of like, oh, how they're just man. It's just what was Kathleen saying? Like, it's majority men, so men don't like women. It's like, well, actually, we like Leia. Just saying.
Ahsoka,
Ahsoka,
Padme,
yeah, like
Jyn Erso. I could name
you're telling me that Alien isn't one of the biggest horror franchises of all time, and that stars a female, and in this new Alien movie is actually starring a female. So I don't. Disney, shut up.
I think Kathleen's just confused, as she usually is.
I think she escaped a mental asylum. I think that's what happened. Um, Someone get her meds. But yeah, let us know. And if you like it, give us your reasons. If you don't like it, give us your reasons. Let's move on because now I'm getting pissed off.
Oh my goodness. Uh-oh,
Uh,
we've riled you up and we still have 9 topics, I think.
yeah,
7.
like eight. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you want to see the full-on podcast, I'll leave a link in the description below. And you guys can also check us out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like. And if you guys want to, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on the topics as well. So leave a comment on it. And if you guys are new to the channel and you guys enjoyed what you saw, hit that subscribe button because we have a lot of other stuff on the channel. As a reminder, this is a monthly upload on the Big Talk with Austin. And this will also give you guys the opportunity to submit some topics to us that happen throughout the month. So if you guys want to do that, go check me on Twitter and follow me there. Tag me whenever something interesting pops up that is movie reviews, movie TV shows, any like pop culture related type of stuff. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like always, I'll see you guys next review. Bye, guys.